A palace, a crown, a duty waiting, but then, something unexpected. Not power, not politics, not ceremony, a hug, gentle, silent, a haiku of love, and suddenly, the world sees royalty differently. Princess Leonor of Spain, the heir to the throne, has lived a life written in public view. Every step, every smile, every word, captured, analyzed, debated. Yet behind the layers of duty, there are fragile moments. Moments rarely seen. One of them is simple, almost ordinary, the quiet embrace between two sisters. Leonor and Sofia. Why does this matter? Why would a single hug echo beyond a palace wall? Because in royalty, gestures speak louder than speeches. Leonor, the future queen, cannot choose her destiny. She was born into it. But in that destiny, the comfort of her younger sister is not only solace, it is survival. To understand this bond, we must travel back. Back to the childhood of two girls raised under the shadow of history. Leonor, born in 2005, carried the weight of succession from her very first breath. Sofia, born in 2007, followed, without a crown in waiting, but with the gift of freedom. Sisters. Two paths. One burdened with duty, the other with choice. Yet they grew inseparable. From their earliest days at Zarzuela Palace, their mother, Queen Letizia, insisted they walk side by side. Not rivals, not distant royals, but sisters first. And so, whether at public ceremonies or private family outings, Leonor and Sofia developed a rhythm, silent, unspoken, but visible to anyone who looked closely. Now imagine this, a royal family walking through crowded streets. The cameras flash, the nation watches, but Leonor's eyes turn, not to the people, not to the power waiting for her, but to Sofia. A slight smile, a nudge, and then, without warning, a hug. A gesture so normal for sisters, yet so extraordinary when done by a princess groomed to be queen. But what is hidden in this hug? It is more than love. It is reassurance. A reminder, you are not alone. For Leonor, every moment of her youth has been preparation. At 16, she read the constitution aloud to Spain's parliament, binding her life to duty. But who held her hand when the speeches ended? Sofia. Who whispered laughter when nerves broke through royal calm? Sofia. A hug, then, becomes a language. Their private code. A haiku in motion. Few words. Deep meaning. Haiku is brevity. Haiku is clarity. 3 lines to hold a universe. And so too is their bond, brief glimpses carrying entire worlds of affection. When the weight of the crown grows heavy, a hug is enough to remind Leonor of the child she still is, and the sister who sees her not as future queen, but as Leonor, simply Leonor. But let us ask, what does this bond mean for Spain? For monarchy itself. A crown cannot rest on shoulders trembling in solitude. Leonor's strength must be rooted in something beyond protocol, beyond politics. And it is. It is rooted in family. In Sofia's smile, in their shared laughter, in embraces that tell a future queen, you are loved beyond your role. And yet, history whispers another question, can such bonds endure once the throne divides them? For royal sisters across centuries, love has often collided with power. Think of Elizabeth and Margaret in Britain. One crowned, one free. Their affection tested by rank, responsibility, and the cruel clarity of history. Will Leonor and Sofia walk a similar path? Or will their haiku remain intact, unbroken? This curiosity loop deepens when we consider Leonor's training. Her years at the United World College of the Atlantic in Wales, surrounded by international students, building independence. Thousands of kilometers from Spain, but always with Sofia sending letters, calls, small reminders, I am here. During those years, the hug became metaphorical. A presence felt across distance. When Leonor returned, sharper, taller, more regal, Sofia still rushed to her side as the one person who saw not a crown, but a sister. And in public, the hug returned. Cameras captured it. Spain saw it. The world replayed it. Commentators asked, why does this matter? But the people knew. Because royalty is often cold, distant, unreachable. Yet here were two girls, not yet hardened by the crown, showing warmth. Showing humanity. And so, a hug becomes not just personal, but political. It softens monarchy's image. It says, our rulers are human, too. They feel, they love, They need. And in an age where monarchy is questioned, criticized, doubted, such humanity can save a crown. But here is the tension. Can Leonor maintain this balance once she ascends? Can hugs remain when protocol stiffens, when responsibility swallows freedom? And can Sofia, forever the younger, continue to be her refuge without resenting the throne that she herself will never wear? History again provides echoes. Some royal siblings grew apart, others drew closer. For Leonor and Sofia, the test will be adulthood. For now, their haiku remains intact. But adulthood is long, and monarchy is merciless. Yet there is hope. Hope in the way Queen Letizia and King Felipe present their daughters. Equal, balanced, united. At every official event, they appear together. Sofia may not inherit the crown, but she is raised as an anchor, the invisible half of Leonor's public strength. And perhaps that is their greatest gift, a monarchy with two daughters, not just one. Each time they appear, the public notices the details. The hand-hold, the shared smile, the whisper caught by cameras. Small things, but together they create a portrait of sisterhood rare in royal history. A hug is easy to dismiss. It lasts seconds. It barely registers against centuries of tradition. But what if that hug changes how a queen is remembered? What if history recalls Leonor not only as the monarch who carried Spain into a new age, but also as the sister who kept her haiku alive? And here lies the heart of our story. Hugs in haiku, short gestures, endless meaning, a bond unbroken. Even now, as Leonor trains for military service, stepping into boots heavier than most can imagine, Sofia remains present. Letters again, visits when permitted, and when the cameras catch them together. A hug, softer than armor, stronger than steel. Spain sees it, the world sees it, and perhaps, centuries from now, historians will see it too. That the monarchy was not saved by pomp, not by politics, not by power, but by two sisters. By a hug, by a haiku, because in the end, royalty is not only duty, it is family. And family is not only obligation, it is love. And love, when written in silence, feels eternal. So when the world asks, what is the legacy of Princess Leonor? The answer may not be speeches, or ceremonies, or crowns. The answer may be something simpler, something smaller, something human, a hug, given by Sofia, remembered forever. That is the story, that is the haiku. Hugs in haiku, Princess Leonor, Sofia, sisters, forever.